What's up, guys? So this is what you're about to see is my leg warm up, stretch, prime. I do this every time I'm going to run, play basketball, do legs, circuit work, whatever that is going to involve my legs. And this first movement, you put your arms out, shoulder height, bend your knees up 90 degrees and swing from side to side. 15 reps on each side. You can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, or just 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then I do 2 sets. So in all these movements, all these different movements, I do 2 sets of them. And in between those sets, I either do like a groin stretch or a hamstring lunge, which you would see, or I get my abs warmed up, because a lot of leg exercises is really important if you use your core and keep it tight. That way you don't fuck up your lower back and all that. So there's that first movement you saw with the knees bent. And then you'll see that I did a groin stretch and an ab warm up. And then the next movement is just having your legs all the way up and just, it's like you're in a 90-degree angle. These are your legs, this is your body, and you're just swinging your legs from side to side. And same thing, 2 sets, 15 on each side, or you can count it however you want. And either you don't have to do what I do, where in between every set I do a groin stretch or a hamstring lunge. But I would recommend, if you get your abs warmed up, that way you know your core is there when you're going to do, when you have a leg day. Yeah, I really recommend that, if you get your abs warmed up, so that you know that your fucking core is going to work. And then the third movement, let me get it ready. I'm looking at the video, by the way, because I'm trying this new thing where I put myself, instead of having a voiceover, you see me talking and all that shit. So I'm watching the video, that way I can explain it and you can see me. I'll see how that happens. Alright, so this next movement is a hamstring lunge. In the beginning, I had a really hard time with this. My fucking hamstrings are always so fucking tight. I swear I spend like an hour, at least an hour every time, as soon as I get to the gym, to fucking stretch and warm up. So not again, but this is a hamstring lunge. I call it a hamstring lunge. So basically, you go all the way back, and when you feel like you're on your shoulders, it's time to come back. And you can either close your legs when you're coming back, or you can keep them far apart. For people who have a hard time doing this, it's better if you keep your legs far apart when you're going back and forward. That way you just land on it. And when I'm at the tip of this movement, when I'm all the way up and my legs are on the floor, spread apart, I pump twice. So go back come down, and I try to reach as far as I can to it twice. And again, this is 30 reps twice. And again, I recommend you getting your abs warm in between those sets. And then let me bring up the next movement. Alright, so this again, you're going to have your arms shoulder height or shoulder level, both, and you're basically swinging your legs to each arm. I try to bring my foot to my hand, and when it passes your body, so this is your leg, let's say this is leg, when it passes your body, try to keep your leg straight as you can to your hand. That way you can really get that hamstring stretch, and if you point your toes, you'll get a good calf stretch. So again, 15 reps on each side, 2 sets. Do your fucking ab warm up. I'm going to do a video on my core warm up and strengthening and what I do to keep my lower back good, since I have a fucked up lower back and my discs suck. Alright, so this last movement, you're basically, again, you're swinging, and so when you get to one side, you'll see, you start off with your arms again, shoulder level, and when you go, let's say for example, when your right leg goes behind your other side, you'll feel that you have to move your right arm to fully bring that leg back, and you'll get that quad muscle going. And you see when it passes your body, you're gonna have to bend your knee to get that quad muscle tight. And then the last, very last thing I do is just a normal quad muscle stretch. I don't know why I did this without holding on to something. I need to work on my balance. But hold on to something if you have to. And with the same side arm, just hold either the front plant of your foot or your toes, and just get that quad muscle stretched out. I usually do it for a minute or something on each side, and then the last thing I do is more hamstring and calf stretching. So on the heel of your foot, point your toe up and bend down with your leg straight and just pump. Again, do 15 reps on each side. 2 sets of that. Yeah. That's one thing. Oh, very important. Well, not very important, but pretty important to my leg warm up and stretch is 5 minutes of any cardio before and after. So you can bike for 5 minutes, you can be on the elliptical for 5 minutes, you can jog for 5 minutes, whatever. 5 minutes before this and 5 minutes after. That is what I personally do. I didn't start doing this actually till I saw a video of Matt Ogus doing his version, and I took something from it. Well, I knew some of it, but I decided to start doing it. Again, that's Matt Ogus. I'll put him in the description. This guy's he has skills, he has knowledge, he has experience. He's been doing this for double the amount of time that I have, so I really look up to him, and I brush up my stuff with him and watch his shit. He's good. Alright, that's it. Peace.